Hey everyone out there in the land of YouTube, Annette Dion. I'm doing a pop-up for a couple of reasons. It's Tuesday. I don't usually do a PNN on Tuesdays, and I usually go live with the news, psychic news. In the face of what is just so dire, where our national security is it's just got holes all over it, and I just did bear witness to the hearing that was going on today. Some of it that, Midas Touch, they're, as much as we have a problem with Midas Touch, they're doing a lot of work in keeping us abreast of the news, so shout out to them. We all have our little tiffs about things, right? We wish they had addressed the fact that they stole Trump and Elon stole the election, but let's get to where we are. This is massive. What they did in that group chat chain, whatever the hell that was. These really stupid people that are working for Putin. When I saw a clip of Tulsi Gabbard at that hearing, she was worried about her fate. Ratcliffe, he's just an idiot. I don't think I think that women, no matter even if they're evil women, they tend to be a little bit more psychic. I think Tulsi Gabbard knows that she could spend a lot of time in jail. I'm going to ask a question, and it's this. Is the question going to be asked of this illegitimate criminal administration, treasonous, traitorous criminal administration? Is anybody who cares about our democracy, that works in our government, going to ask in one of those hearings flat out, are you working for Vladimir Putin? Is somebody going to ask that question straight out? Okay, so that indicates not exactly. Is somebody going to ask that question in a kind of a roundabout way? Yes. We will hear some kind of a question at one of those hearings. It may have happened already. A question pertaining to whether they're actually taking orders from the Kremlin. A question, maybe indirect, but the question will be asked. And then we'll see what they say. So the reason I'm popping up with this video today is, first of all, I'm beside myself that this is happening. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that the United States of America does not have safeguards against this kind of a thing. I cannot believe that the people that used to be Republicans and now they're clearly working for the Kremlin, that none of them ever along the way, including the Supreme Court, including Mitch McConnell, ever reined any of this shit in. And now we're in danger. And so let me ask, because I've been saying, I keep saying that I see an incident. Is this connected to the incident that I'm seeing that's going to break this whole thing wide open? Is this connected to it? Yes. So our national security has been breached again. Nobody ever did anything about the Orange Satans stealing all our secret documents. He completely got away with it. Well, to now. The incident that I keep on seeing coming our way, that's a little bit scary. That's all I'll say about it right now, is connected to this security breach. Let's ask now, is Tulsi Gabbard going to be held accountable for her crimes? It's going around in a circle. Not quite, no, okay, so I need to ask a different way. Is Tulsi Gabbard frightened that she could get caught? I did kind of read that on her energy today. Will anybody be arrested for the security breach? Will anybody? Yes. We'll look at some cards too. I'm not going to stay too long, just maybe 20 minutes. Is Donald Trump going to be held accountable for the security breach? Nope. He has a way of always sidestepping accountability. Will Donald Trump be held accountable for anything that he has done? Legal, yes. He will be held accountable for something he has done. Okay. That's a pretty strong yes. Is it connected to Russia? There's a lot in play, which is why my pendulum keeps doing this. Let's take a look at some cards. Once again, I'm just coming to you with this extra video because what we're in right now is monumentally dangerous and monumentally, breathtakingly criminal. Breathtakingly criminal. Like, there are no words. That's my there are no words expression. 3 cards about this whole thing. This whole incident. Connected to a series of other incidents I'm hearing. What is this whole thing going to do to them? The Ratcliffes and the Kash Patels and the Tulsi Gabbards and the rest of them. Bunch of traitors. Bunch of traitors. I hope you got to catch off the ledge today. I changed my shirt so you wouldn't be confused. So you could distinguish. This is a different video. Is this going to... Well, it's going to... the effect on them, the treasonous traitors, is... it's definitely going to take the wind out of their sails. The Knight of Wands is a new message about them. That's Joan of Arc. Standing up for what is right. And the Queen of Cups. I'm kind of feeling Tulsi Gabbard being the thing that breaks. Okay, let's ask this. She's going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back. That kind of a feeling. Is she going to let everything... Yeah, in some way she's going to let everything about what she's done is going to be revealed. It starts with her. She's the kingpin. Tulsi Gabbard. Is investigative information going to be found out about Tulsi? Yes. The FBI already had a file on her. That these people are in our government, taking it over and destroying our country, is breathtakingly horrific. I'm going to ask again. Will she be arrested? I see arrest, even though when I asked before, I think the question was, will she be held accountable? I'll have to go back and watch. Is Ratcliffe going to be held accountable? Yes. He was weak in that hearing. He'll be held accountable. Will Kash Patel be held accountable? I'm getting yes. I'm getting yes on them, that they'll be held accountable. Okay. Will they have to leave their positions? Will they have to leave their positions while being held accountable? You think so? They will have to leave their positions. This is why I wanted to come on for this extra video. That's a very strong yes. Our lives are on the line. This is like, no more effing around. This isn't a reality show. This is enemy countries that have weapons pointed at the United States. That's not a reality show. That's not a fantasy. That's not Hollywood. Russia, for example, has more nuclear weapons than the United States. It's almost a tie, but Russia has more nuclear weapons than the United States. The Saudis, you know, they were partly, I don't know if it was 100%, but they were responsible for 9/11. The Orange Satan has been colluding with them. Jared Kushner got $2 billion for some kind of a deal. There's so much going on here. Let's pull 3 cards on the Orange Satan. And we'll also pull a few cards on JD Vance's wife, whose name is not sticking with me. And you don't have to write it in the chat. I think her name's not sticking with me for a reason. Because she's a big fat nobody. And I don't mean that as an insult. She's just like an empty shell. Here, do this. Here, do this. I'm picking 3 cards about the Orange Satan. Who's literally saying, I don't know anything about it. Well, let's ask this. Did he know anything about these plans being leaked? Yeah. There are other things that I could ask about, but I don't want to get into it all today. I'm going to save it for tomorrow night for PNN. So make sure you come back. The Orange Satan. This week I'm calling him Satan. If the shoe fits. The truth. This is the serious truth. Between Tulsi and the Orange Satan, for some reason they're coming through the most strongly. I think they're the closest to Putin. They have the most conversations with Putin. And I'm asking about the Orange Satan, and I see the 4 of Wands, the neat little family that they have, the fascist family that's been created with these illegitimate criminal thugs in our government. They're going to do their best to keep it in the family. But the Ace of Swords is the truth coming out. And the Knight of Swords is justice. Now, are we going to have to wait forever? Well, as we just sit here like sitting ducks? Are we going to have to wait forever? How long will we have to wait till we see this danger stopped? One week? Yeah. Will we see something happening at the solar eclipse time to stop this insanity? Yes. Will they be removed from their positions? I'm speaking about Tulsi and Radcliffe and Kash Patel and the rest of the criminals that are working for Putin. Will they be forced out of their seats? Yes. I think democracy is going to finally effing step the F up. So infuriating. I just got a head rush on that one. Like, whoa. That was interesting. It blew me away. So, let's pull 3 cards on Mrs. Vance. Yeah, the guides are telling me the rest of the world, our allies, are really going to let us have it. And I don't mean like they're going to bomb us. Our allies are taking the position. This includes Denmark. Are going to take the position. It's like when you're a parent, because, you know, the United States is like a little baby. Europe and, you know, the rest of the world, most of the rest of the world was settled long before, you know, aside from the Native American population here. Most of America was settled by immigrants, you know, like just not that long ago in the whole timeline of history. So it feels like the rest of the world, our allies, are going to be like the very strict disciplinarian parent. And they're going to stick it to the United States. Thank you, Mr. Orange Satan and Mr. Putin. Not in a way that they're going to bomb us, but in a way that they're really going to cause us to feel the pain. And that's when people are going to go, whoa, I guess I better pay attention for the first time in my life about what's happening in my country that affects my life and my existence. And when I pick up on Mrs. Vance, I see an empty shell. I really see a woman who's able to just put her true self to the side, which is how she's been able to stay with JD even though he's gay. He probably told her he was gay. Or at least bisexual, but I get strongly gay. How is it going to be with her going to Greenland? I know I read on this last night, but just one more stab at it. The Four of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah. This is going to be, Greenland is going to say in no uncertain terms, you're not welcome here. Maybe she can attend the dog sled race with her sons. Maybe. I think they have sons, or a son and a daughter. But no, Greenland is not going to give her a very strong welcome at all. It's going to be a pivotal point. They're not fooling around. They are not going to be humiliated, and they're not going to just take this little, baby Trumpy. And actually the Three of Cups means we're happy with those of us that love our country and love democracy and don't want our allies to be picked on for zero reason. That's why they're our allies who would help us if we were honorable and worthy of help. Yeah, Mrs. Vance is not going to have a very good time. Greenland is going to be very cold to her. And it's going to disrupt a lot of the, MAGA expectations. Or the minions for Putin. I just came up with a new code name. But we're going to be glad that she's shut out. Let's ask this. Will she be allowed to go to the dog sled races? Will she be allowed to go to the dog sled races? That's kind of up in the air. It's not giving me a yes. Maybe in a restricted kind of a way. It's not giving me a yes. Is she actually going to go? Yeah, I got yes last night too, that she would go. Will she have to turn around and come back having gotten nothing done? Will she have to turn around and come back? Well, the pendulum's saying yes, she'll have to turn around and come back without having gotten anything done. And that's very strong. They're not playing. Our allies are not playing. And I do sense that our allies are going, it's kind of like when Norway didn't allow the United States Navy to fill their tanks up with fuel off of the coast of Norway. And Norway said, no, not till you get rid of Trump. And that's the general vibe of our allies right now. They'll come back around. They won't trust us. But they'll come back around and they'll be, it's kind of like lukewarm friendship. But we already blew it as a nation. By not being involved, by not being educated. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just speaking in a general term. Yeah, so it won't be like it was, but it's salvageable. And it's salvageable provided we put these people away. Will we bear witness to these people being put away? That's a yes. That's a yes. Will we see the comeback of democracy in America? It's a yes. So I want everyone to keep your sights on that, and keep your sights on that these people are arrested. At the very least, they're removed from their positions immediately. It can happen. Just put your thoughts in that direction. Don't go back to sleep. Keep your eye on the ball at all times, because that's how we hit a home run for democracy. All right. Tomorrow night is PNN. Make sure you check out Off the Ledge, and make sure, if you're a member, become a member, and you can join the course, 40 Days to Releasing Religious Guilt. To book a reading, psychicannetdion.com. Please know that my income is dependent on your business and donations and all that, and I appreciate it. And thank you for tuning in. Namaste.